Good morning, Rajiv sir.
Very good morning, ma'am. Very good morning.
Parul, I think we have chair and co-chair with us, so we can start the session.
Okay, ma'am. So, namaskar, everyone. I welcome you all in a two-day multidisciplinary international conference on digital dynamics, global trends, and challenges, organized by Writers Reservoir in collaboration with quarterly bilingual media journal Communication Today. We have successfully completed session 1, 2, and 3 of this international conference, and now this is session 4, based on the theme Law, Policy, Sustainability in the Digital Era. We have paper presenters, attendees, and esteemed panelists, and I welcome you all. And on the behalf of organizing team, I take this opportunity to welcome our chair and co-chair of the session, B.N. Neelima ma'am and Dr. Rajeev sir, with virtual bouquets.
Thank you.
So I
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So I would like to really give a brief intro about our esteemed guest, starting with Professor B.N. Neelima ma'am. She's a professor in the Department of Communication and Journalism in Sri Padmavati Women's University, Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. She is also the director of Central Networking Facility in the university and social media coordinator. She has 25 years of teaching experience in the university and has published 60 papers in national and international journals. She has authored 2 books, Determinants and Correlates of Children and Television Viewing, and Writing Climate Change. 2 of her books on writing for media and Indian Knowledge Systems, A Beginner's Guide, are in press. She specializes in visual communication and environmental communication, and she has worked in 2 UGC-sponsored major research projects as the head of the Green Campus Committee of the university that is responsible for environment policy development and implementation of green practices on the campus. She is instrumental in several conservation methods that have been adopted by her university, including water management, energy conservation, air quality, tree plantation, and waste management system. She has recently mapped and developed a photo documentary of the entire fauna of the university, comprising several rare birds and insect species. She has published a book on birds and butterflies of SPMVV that has photographic records of over 200 species of birds and butterflies documented in the campus of her university. She won All India Third Prize in Bird Photography competition conducted by BHNS. As Board of Studies chairperson of the department, she was instrumental in developing the course curriculum and communication and journalism as per the National Education Policy 2020. We really welcome you, ma'am. Your presence is
Thank you. Thank you
very
so
precious
much.
to all of us. Now,
Thank you.
moving on to the brief intro of Dr. Rajeev Kumar Panda, sir. Dr. Rajeev Kumar Panda is an associate professor and associate dean at the School of Mass Communication, KIIT, deemed to be University, Bhubaneswar, India. He has over 20 years of experience in teaching and industry in the areas of TV production, direction, electronic cinematography, broadcast journalism, and film studies. He is a trainer with the GNI, Google News Initiative, India Training Network, and BBC Young Reporter India. Dr. Panda's journey to mass communication took him through physics and film school. His background in filmmaking allows him to blend his artistic and educational interest by connecting storytelling, critique, and the artistic process to academic skill development. Dr. Panda began teaching in 2001 after graduating from the prestigious Biju Patnaik Film and TV Institute of Orissa, and he holds a PhD in Indian cinema from Assam University, and his publication includes several topics on journalism, new media, radio, and film studies. His research interest focuses on how technology influences society and film portrayals and perspectives affect society. Dr. Panda has presented a number of papers at national and international conferences and chaired and co-chaired different sessions at conferences. He is a passionate filmmaker and a teacher who instills challenges in lives of students to learn by doing. He has led a workshop titled DSLR Filmmaking since 2011 and conducted over 50 workshops in universities and colleges throughout India. including the prestigious Delhi University, Kolkata University, and Rajasthan University, and many more. During the pandemic, Dr. Panda hosted and moderated several online webinars of esteemed guests like Prasoon Joshi. We all know him, poet and song writer, communication professionals, and chairman. And Dr. Panda firmly believes that the word impossible is I am possible with an inverted comma between I and M. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much inviting me, and also namaste to the chair, the Neelima madam, and all the participants. Go ahead, ma'am.
I would really like to I really want my chair and co-chair guests to kindly give the opening marks to all our participants, to all the panelists, to all the attendees.
Thank you, Parul. It was so good to see you. A very, very cheerful and energetic voice in you. Really a great way to start the session. I thank the organizers for inviting me and Dr. Rajeev for being here with us today. As I looked through the papers, I was really very happy to see papers from Sri Lanka and Africa, and a lot of papers that are going to bring together the intersection between cybersecurity, gender, public discourse, cultural identity, innovation, digital media. Fascinating to see the variety of papers, but all integrating towards one common interface between humanity and the digital space. So I will keep my remarks to the end of the session, and I really look forward to listening to all the paper presenters today. Thank you very much.
Now I would request Dr. Rajeev Kumar sir to kindly enlighten us with his words.
Thank you, ma'am. It is indeed, an honor and, privilege to co-chair this session, because I know Professor Sanjeev Banabat sir since last almost, 15 to 20 years. Though he is retired from, Rajasthan University, but he is very active. And this, online seminar, I must thank sir that, this is the brainchild of him only, because he is so active. And he also started, that All India Media Educators, because he always take, lots of new initiatives. I have never seen him, to behave like a, retired professor. He is, more active than, all of us, who are currently active in this, teaching arena. I know, we all are, gathered here, at a very crucial juncture of, human history, where, if you will see the digital revolution, that is not only, reshaping the economy of society, it is also governing us. So the topic, where I'm co-chairing with my chair Neelima madam. So the convergence of these three themes, law, policy, sustainability, it presents both promise and complexity, because I think the papers, from data privacy laws to AI governance, intellectual property rights, so many issues are there. So I am thankful that I am here, and I will, because I always consider myself as a learning person, because that is my permanent designation. All other designations are temporary. So hope I will enrich from all the participants, by being present in this session. And I also thank Ruchi madam and the organization, organizing this, beautiful, online conference, because this is the gift of the pandemic. So that's why, we have been able to, conceptualize such kind of, conferences. I once again, thank you all the participants, all the organizers, inviting me for this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rajiv sir. Thank you so much, Neelima ma'am, for your words. It was actually very wonderful to listen to you, and your face and your smile and your energy says a lot to the participants. And this has already given so much confidence to all the participants here in the conference. So before starting the conference, I would really like to welcome all the participants and want to inform that you will be having only 4 minutes to present your paper, and after that, we will be giving 2 minutes for question and answer round. So for the very first participant, I would like to call Kiran Pal Singh, sir. Please share your PPT and you can go ahead.
Thank you, ma'am. Is it visible to you, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Please go on.
Okay, thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Kiran Pal Singh, a PhD research scholar from Gita Global Law School, Panipat, Haryana. Today, I am presenting my research paper titled Unreported Cybercrime in India, which explored the critical gaps in reporting and addressing cybercrime in the digital age. The first slide is abstract. I'm going to read. Cybercrime is rising in India, but many cases go unreported due to the lack of awareness, fear, and the low trust in the legal system. This paper studies how people don't report cybercrime and how it affects society. It suggests spreading awareness, improving reporting systems, and supporting law enforcement to make India's cyberspace safer, and more secure. Then actually the digital growth and the cybercrime rise. 806 million internet users are existed in India right now, and they are the 55.3% of the population in early 2025. We have 491 million social accounts, and that is 33.7% of penetration. And if we talk about the mobile connectivity, we have 1.12 billion active connection. That is 76.6% of the population. And the rapid connectivity growth has enabled new cyber threats and crime opportunities. If we talk about the definition, cybercrime could be fraud, hacking, identity theft, etc., which is not reported to law or enforcement agencies. Extent about official data capture only a fraction of incidents. Studies how show only 2 to 15% of online crimes get reported only. In practice, recorded cybercrime are just the tip of the iceberg. India's NCRB figures 10 of the thousand of cases likely underestimate the tool scale. Reasons for the unreportings are the lack of the awareness. Victims often don't know how and where to report the cyber incident. Stigma and the embarrassment. Fear of the shame and blame leads many to stay silent. Distrust of the authorities, believe that police can't help or that process is too complex. Perceived triviality. Some victims view losses as too small or personal to bother reporting. And the next one is the legal complexity. Navigating the cyber laws and digital forensics is daunting for ordinary users. If you talk about the data and trends, official record shows 3.26 million complaints against 29 to December 2023 via the national portal, resulting in 60,000 FIR. They are the mere few numbers out of 3.6 million complaints. Complaints jumped 61% from 9.6 lakh in 2022 to 15.6 lakh in 2023. The national the national cybercrime rate is 129 per 100K, Delhi alone 755. These trends indicate rapidly rising cybercrime with only modesty recovery. 12% of fraud value recovered in 2020, which is merely only 12% out of 100. The Literature Insight and the global comparison. Research shows underreporting is worldwide. Officially, stat miss more cybercrime. For example, only 2% of some online offenses are reported. 10 to 15% are others. Business often underreport to avoid publicity. India is situationally mirror global patterns, but may be exploited by its large user base and varying awareness. If we talk about the research methodology, quantity analysis, NCRB crime in India data, portal compared logs and the victimization to survey estimates, qualitative methods, interviews and the survey with the victim, law enforcement agencies and cybersecurity experts, literature review, comparative study of the national and international search on the cybercrime reporting, both urban rural perspectives, multiple cybercrime categories. Key findings are personal barriers. Victims feel embarrassed or fear blame, so they don't come forward to file the complaint. Awareness gap. Many are unaware of cyber laws and the reporting channels. Some has trust issues, low confidence in police, knowledge of the cybercrime data reporting, systematic hurdles, complex paperwork, jurisdictional issues, and the slow procedures frustrate complainants. Institutional limits. Lack of the dedicated cyber cell in the every region. Legal processes take time long. Sector-wise impacts. Education. Indian schools, universities face heavy cyber attacks, 8,000 per week. Data breaches disrupt learning and privacy. Underreporting leaves students victims unprotected. Media. Journalists, especially women, are target of online harassment and doxing. Underreporting of such attacks enable impunity and they threaten press freedom. Business. Data breaches and the cyber frauds are now top business risks in India. Hidden cyber losses and the undermine investor trust and financial stability. Others, healthcare, government, financial sector hurdles, sensitivity data, unreported attacks, and weaken public services and the economic confidence. Security, undetected offenders remain at large, enabling reported attacks involving threats. Many crimes stay out of the criminal justice. Economy, actual losses are much higher than the official figures. This hidden crime erodes consumer and investors' confidence and may discuss digital adoption. Trust. The gap between reality and the records undermines trust in online services and the institutions. Citizens become wary reporting, weakening law enforcement mandate. Policy blind spots. Incomplete data leads to the under-resourced cybersecurity initiatives and reactive, not proactive policies. Expert warn recorded cases are only a tip of the iceberg, as we already discussed. The key recommendations, if you talk about the must be the public awareness, launch education campaigns, online safety and reporting procedures, promote cyber literacy in school and the communities. Law enforcement training, strengthen the police and the judicial capacity. Special cybercrime units must and the cyber court must be formed in every district. Public-private partnership. If you talk about the PPP, encourage collaboration among the government, industry, and the experts. Share threat intelligence, best practice, and the legal scope. Data sharing at the victim scope. Create a centralized database of the cybercrime incidents and losses. Improve reporting portals, help desk, multilingual support. Cooperate internationally to trace cyber offenders. Legal reforms. Update cyber laws to address the emerging crimes, AI deepfakes, crypto frauds, and ensure the swift prosecution. The limitation, the future research are limitations. Reliance on available data, NCRB portal, and the self-reported survey responses. Rapidly changing cyber landscape may outpace study period. Regional variations may exist beyond sampled areas. Data gaps. Lack of the central records on financial losses and the attrition rates. Limited longitude studies on reporting behavior in India. Future directions, conduct large-scale victimization surveys to qualify dark figure, study impact of the new laws, for example, DPDP Act on reporting, explore technology aids, AI detection, blockchain for evidence gathering, assess cybercrime trends in specific sectors, just like rural internet users. The conclusion and the key takeaway. Unreported cybercrime reports a major hidden challenge in India's digital economy. Millions of incidents await official notice, undermining security and the growth. Key messages. The bridging and reporting gap is essential. Only a coordinated multi-stakeholder effort can turn the tide, improving awareness, enforcement, and the trust together. These measures can make India's cyberspace safer for all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kiran Pal sir. Now we
Ji,
are
ma'am.
open for questions. So I
Okay,
would
ma'am.
request Dr. Rajeev sir and Neelima ma'am, if you have any questions, you may ask.
Yes, I just have an observation to make for all the other paper presenters coming after Sri Kiran Palji. Please just focus on your methodology, the major findings, so that we can you can actually keep your time to 4 minutes, as Parul said in the beginning. So one question I have for you is, you have given some recommendations based on your key findings.
Yes, ma'am.
Did your study focus anywhere on how well the police force were actually trained to take the cases? There's one problem where people hesitate to report cyber crimes, as you said, but is the police infrastructure trained in AI detection tools, in cybercrime, how to handle cybercrime, how to detect the offenders, etc.? Did you explore that aspect in your study to make it more holistic?
Yes, ma'am. Being a research scholar in PhD, my research area is cybersecurity law. And I have interviewed many police officers, especially in my hometown, cybersecurity Thana. And what I get to know that the employee of the police, especially if I'm talking about the Haryana, they are not equipped with the high-tech solutions. And what I found the major issue is the jurisdiction, because we are living in a global village. The cyber criminal sitting out of the country or any other corner of the country, they make the fraud with anyone. It is very complicated to trace the person who committed such crime. So my focus is on financial cybercrime, because 76% of cybercrime are the financial cybercrime, if you talk out of 100%. So I'm working on this, and police told me that the perception of the judiciary and the police is not so focused or not so strict for the financial cybercrime. So they lag
Yeah, thank
so
you.
much
Yeah,
behind. Yeah, yeah.
thank you. Yeah, I think one of the most important things that we need to focus on, apart from creating awareness in the public, etc., creating safe portals for reporting the cyber crimes and increasing public confidence, is also to train our police personnel.
Yeah.
Because
The,
what
for
I
the
see
primary thing is
mostly
that.
is that, yeah, the cyber crime units in the police department are also not equipped to handle the cases that come up before them.
Right,
So,
ma'am.
yeah, I think, yeah, because technology evolves at a faster pace
Yeah.
than
You,
the
you
law
you
does.
you you have to improve. You have to be up to date if you want to tackle the cybercrimes who are so updated day-to-day basis.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that wonderful
Thank
presentation.
you so much. Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Kiranji, like I have like one question, and it is also for like other participants to include your objective, because I don't know, but like what is your objective of this paper, Kiranji? Because it's not there in your presentation, so that like we will be able to comprehend your results with your objective. You only told us that like methodology you have taken like NCRB crime data, and like you have also interviewed. So how many people like you did the like interview? So those things are like missing here. So can you please tell me what is your objective of this paper? Two, three. Like what like you have
Okay, sir.
incorporated in your final paper. Yeah.
Yeah. So I use this stratified formula, and I have interviewed more than 384 people across rural and the urban area. As I already told that my research area is financial cybercrime, sir. And right now, a cyber criminal find his way to cheat you in both sadness and happiness. And the most crucial thing is that every day, every moment, financial cyber crimes, techniques, and returns are changing day by day. So I have interviewed most of the people, and the most of the people told me that, sir, if you go to the police station and we lost 500, 2,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees, police doesn't entertain us, and they just accept the application and they don't do nothing. And after sometimes we don't go to them because the amount is not so considerable. And in my interview with the police of Cyber Thana, they told me that people lost money many times. And when we filed the case into the judiciary doesn't take it seriously, because they think if you lose your money from your pocket, that is more serious. If you lose your amount from your pocket for your online wallet, that is not so much serious. So there is a problem with the judiciary and the system, sir.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kiran Pal Singh. Now,
Ma'am,
moving
thank you
on
so
to
much, ma'am.
other presenter, I would really like to call Madhu Kumari ji. to present her PPT and presentation. And till the time she is presenting, I would like to tell everybody that all the presenters will be having only 3 to 4 minutes to present their papers. We are actually running very short of time. We have other sessions as well. We really apologize. Madhu Kumari ji, kindly present.
Parul, if Madhu ma'am is not ready, we can take the next one and then we can take Madhu ma'am later.
Sure, ma'am. So for the next presentation, I would like to call Sujan Desleva. I would request Sujan sir to kindly present.
Yes, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Very good afternoon from Sri Lanka, wherever you are. I'm really delighted to be a part of this conference, first of all, by representing Sri Lanka as well. So thank you so much, and I warmly please accept my greetings from all the session chairs and respected invitees. So shall I share my screen now? One moment. One moment. Yes. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. One moment. Yes, hopefully now it's in the full screen mode. Yes, hope you all can see my presentation. So here, this is my presentation. Actually, the cybersecurity laws and digital rights, a comparison between Sri Lanka and India. So for this research paper, I co-authored this presentation with NARK Disanayake, who's my junior colleague, and she's a final year undergraduate student from the Faculty of Law, University of Colombo, Sri Lanka. So here, the major introduction, we all know that the cybersecurity and digital awareness is one of the major concerns where the entire world is focusing on, because the global cybercrime surge expected to cost $10.5 trillion annually by 2025, reinforcing the need for strong cybersecurity laws. So when considering this matter into Sri Lankan perspective, 50% of internet penetration with rising cyber threats. 2019 cyber attacks targeted government websites even. So that's a very major concern in Sri Lanka, what we are looking these days to how to secure, how to make our even the government website much more secure place to attend and to view, because exposing digital vulnerabilities, because the key laws where Sri Lanka enacted are Computer Crimes Act 2007 and Personal Data Protection Act, which we call as PDP 2022, to protect data and combat cyber crimes. Cybersecurity Infrastructure, CERTCC, and National Cybersecurity Strategy monitor threats and enforce secure measures. So when we compare this scenario to India, as we always develop our laws and we always look up to our neighboring countries' legal awareness, how we can further develop enhancing new laws by overlooking the Indian progressive jurisdictional platform. So India, over 800 million internet users. When it comes to 2025, 1.4 million cyber attacks reported in 2022, and there are several legal frameworks which we focused on, and these are IT Act and these are IT Act 2000 and Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 focuses on cyber security and data protection, where my research paper is based with cyber security and data protection, and our main objective is to how to develop Sri Lankan legal scenario by focusing on Indian jurisdiction, where the mostly focused progressive jurisdiction, and by enacting and implementing legal measurements by regulating the international standards as well. So when it comes to international consideration, Sri Lanka assessed by the European Union 2022 for cybersecurity compliance. Challenges include economic strain, ethical concerns and legal hesitations affecting cybersecurity and effectiveness. So the research focus and goals are evaluating Sri Lanka's cybersecurity laws for effectiveness, comparing Sri Lanka's legal framework with India's to derive insights, proposing legal reforms and policy measures to strengthen cybersecurity defenses, and our main aim to create a resilient, secure digital environment for Sri Lanka citizens and businesses, because we are majorly after facing the heavy economic crisis, we are still in the development progress of our economical stability. So when it comes to the literature review,
Sujati, just I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I think your slide is not moving. It is static. Your intro slide is there.
all right, one moment.
Yes. Now it's working fine. Yeah.
Is it okay?
Yes. Perfect.
All right. And so then we are move on to the literature review. So there are where I focused on the other literature comparisons and how we further enhance the legal development. The analysis of Sri Lanka's Computer Crime Act number 24 of 2007, which in contrast European EU laws adopt more structured and approach with clear definitions. Specialized agencies like Europol, ENISA, and robust mechanisms for cross-border cooperation in tackling cyber threats, and we are still in the process, and we still haven't developed that particular legal enhancement. So then the Arya Das's article stressed the misuse of technology by terrorists and calls for stricter laws to regulate social media. And Mr. Nikunj Arora highlights common cyber crimes in India, including child exploitation, cyberbullying, grooming, and online fraud. And Bosler and Berenblum explore the societal impact of cybercrime and its integration into education and public administrations as well. So all the areas we just focused, and we me and my co-author always worked how we can further enhance the legal mechanisms by using all the literature reviews and digital transformations analysis. So our main objective is to evaluate the adequacy of Sri Lanka's cyber laws in addressing the challenges of cyber crimes. So we use the doctrinal approach, involves an in-depth analysis of legal text, statutes, case law, and relevant legal materials. So our focus areas: strength, weaknesses, ambiguities, and areas for improvement in current laws. Examine Sri Lanka's key cybersecurity laws: Computer Crimes Act number 24 of 2007, Payment Devices Frauds Act number 30 of 2006, Personal Data Protection Act number 9 of 2022. So the scope of analysis is access how laws and addresses cybercrimes, digital privacy, and data regulation, identify limitations in the rapidly evolving digital landscapes, and to analyze official reports, policy documents, publications from Sri Lanka and India, evaluate government strategies, challenges, and resource limitations in law enforcement. So our final aim is to present a holistic analysis of Sri Lanka's cybersecurity legal frameworks and identify gaps and propose recommendations to improve enforcement. So the discussion part, Sri Lanka, when we consider the Sri Lankan legal framework, So Sri Lanka introduced various laws to combat cybercrimes, protect privacy, and ensure a secure digital environment. So both civil and criminal actions, including enforcement of injunctions. So it's a major fact we implement and we just strategized. So the main acts are CCA Act, which we call as Computer Crimes Act. This is the primary framework for cyber crimes, criminalizing and unauthorized access, data interruptions and disclosure of passwords. However, it lacks clarity on proving intent and specific cybercrimes terms. The Electronic Transactions Act, it provides a legal framework for electronic communication and digital contracts, but lacks provisions on data privacy and e-communication crimes. Intellectual Property Act, so to protect intellectual property in cyberspace, addressing violations like online copyright and infringements. So the PDP Act, so established the framework for personal data protection, but faces challenges like ambiguous definitions and lack of clear data locational requirements. So the Penal Code amendments, the Penal Code addresses content-related cybercrimes such as child exploitation through digital means. Amendments have focused on protecting children from cyber-related crimes in cyber caves, and but the introduction methods it's lacking here, because the implementation and introduction, the definition part is we need to improve as per my suggestion. So there's the Cybersecurity Act enforces the national cybersecurity strategy and establishes the cybersecurity agency to address cybersecurity threats and protect critical infrastructure. Payment Frauds Act, it's target fraudulent activities involving payment devices like credit and debit card. So in Sri Lanka, laws do not yet recognize some international cybercrimes like illegal gambling, cyber squatting, hate speech, cyberbullying, and identity theft, which are acknowledged globally. But still, Sri Lanka is overlooking to enact those kind of method into our legal scenario. But when we compare this to Indian legal framework, the foundational cybersecurity laws, Information Technology IT Act 2000 is the India's first major cybersecurity law enforced by CERT in covering cybercrime, data protection, and digital transaction. Then Information Technology Amendment Act 2008, and the key rules and policies, IT rules 2011, IT rules 2020-21.
Sujan, I'm very, very, very sorry to interrupt you in between, but kindly conclude it, as we are running very short of time and we have so many
Yes.
participants.
Yes,
So
sure.
I request you to kindly conclude this.
Yes, sure. So I will go. This is the Indian legal framework and the judicial enforcement. So I will go for the recommendation part and conclude as soon as possible. The outdated legislation, need for legal reform, data protection law implementation, strong enforcement mechanisms, cybersecurity workforce development, digital literacy, and public awareness should also be needed. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and I look forward for the questions. And if there's anything, I'm able to answer on behalf of my co-author as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sujan. Now we are open for questions. I request Dr. Neelima ma'am and Rajeev sir, you may ask.
Yes, again, to all the speakers, please focus on the core issues in your paper, because the time is only 4 minutes, so we won't be able to hear to what you have to say if you focus more on the introductory part of your paper. And Sujanji, that was a very good presentation. But one mention I want to make here is that you should have mentioned the Colombo Security Conclave when you're talking about India and Sri Lanka. This is a very important regional initiative which involves Mauritius, Maldives, India, and Sri Lanka. We had in 2024 in Gujarat a very important meeting of all these 4 countries. India is at the forefront of sharing its cybersecurity knowledge, information to Sri Lanka, and India has conducted multiple workshops and training programs for the police and other officials in Sri Lanka, shared whatever knowledge and technology we have. I think you should mention that. I feel that because when you are doing a comparative study, this is also very important, because Colombo Security Conclave is a very important regional initiative between these 4 countries.
Yes, basically, actually, we always seek help when it comes to cyber matters. We always seek support from India, because we always look forward to work together and enhance the mechanisms to Sri Lanka, how we can further improve the legal enactments. Thank you, Dr. Neelima.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a very, timely and, well researched, presentation as, ma'am also mentioned, few things. I just want to know, how much awareness is there among the, people of Sri Lanka regarding cybersecurity laws and digital rights?
Sorry, sir.
How much awareness is there among the public, related to cybersecurity laws and digital rights, that you have in your country?
Basically, sir, it's very low. When we compare to the India, when we compare with other international countries and all the other South Asian countries, the awareness of people are very low here because they still don't know how we can survive, how we can protect. There are legal backbone behind us. They are still trying to focus and they are still trying to learn. The awareness is very low here. That's a major issue we are facing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sujan. Now moving forward, we have Dr. Ojeaku Kalu now. And I would like to again remind everybody that we are actually running short of time. You guys will be having only 3 to 4 minutes to present your papers. I would request Dr. Ojeaku Kalu to kindly present.
Parul, we can move to the next one. I think he has not joined yet. Maybe later we can ask for the people who are not presented right now.
Okay, so now we have Neelima B.N. If you're here, sir, we are ready for your presentation. Neelima, I would request Neelima to kindly present.
Hello, good morning. Please let me share my screen. Good morning. Please, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, we can
Hello?
see. Yes, we can see your screen.
Hello?
Yes, Neelima, we can see your screen.
Okay. So,
Kindly shift it to full screen so that everybody can see it.
okay. My topic is social media polarization in Nigeria's 2023 general election, a threat to national integration, and is a paper written by Ihoma Blessing Anyam and J.S. Ode. We are both affiliated to Evangel University, Ebonyi State, Nigeria. The introduction to my topic, the 2023 general election in Nigeria highlighted the transformative yet decisive role of social media in political discourse. While platforms like Twitter, which is X, Facebook and WhatsApp empowered youth mobilization and civil engagement, example like the Obedient movement, which was a movement for the party and presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. They also became battleground for misinformation, hate speech, and identified-based polarization. Political campaign exploited Nigeria's ethnic, religious, and regional fault lines, framing the election as a zero-sum contest between groups. Viral disinformation and amalgamated echo chambers and foreign interference deepened societal divisions, eroding trust in democratic institutions and threatening national cohesion. This study examined how social media polarization during the election undermined Nigerian fragile unity and exploits pathways to mitigate this risk in future electoral cycles. The method used was qualitative research method. Then my findings, there was conceptual clarification such as social media polarization, the 2023 general election, and national integration. Then I had theoretical frameworks of of three key theory that explained the social media polarization effect, which was the spirit of silence theory propagated by Elizabeth Noella, which the theory reveals how minority voices such as the third party system, which is Labour Party, were suppressed through online harassment, creating a climate where dominant relative prevailed. Then the second theoretical framework is social identity theory. This theory demonstrates how users derive self-worth from ethnic or religious political camps, where we had the obedients, which were supporters of the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, and Baptism, which are supporters of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the APC, or Progressive Congress Party. Then there were also phrases like the Northern Muslims and Southern Christians, rather than as a one entity, which is Nigeria. Fueling in-group loyalty and out-group hostility. This theory was propagated by Harry and John Turner. Then they had the last theoretical framework, which is agenda setting theory, which shows how influencers such as Rory Omokori, who is a supporter of All Progressive Congress (APC), and Joe Ibokwe, who is also a supporter of APC, All Progressive Congress, and how they were able to devise topics shaping public discourse around polarizing narrative while marginalizing unifying issues. Together, this theory exposed how social media transformed political debate into identity warfare. This theory was propagated by Malcolm and Shaw. Then the social media polarization in 2023 election, where we saw social media become a battleground for polarized rhetorics, with supporters of Bola Ahmed Tinubu of All Progressive Congress (APC) and Atiku Abubakar of People Democratic Party (PDP) and Peter Obi Labour Party (LP) clashing over ethnic, religious, and regional identity. There were viral misinformation from doctored vetoes of candidates to false claims about electoral violence, exploited allogometric echo chambers, reinforming biases and deepening divisions. Hate speeches flourished with terms like Fulani herdsmen and Igbo Yahoo boys, which are from the Igbo ethnic group of Nigeria because of the Igbo presidential candidate, who is Peter Obi of the Labour Party system, weaponized to dehumanize opponents, while influencers and foreign bots amplify tensions. The digital warfare split offline, fueling real-world violence in Lagos and Kano, ultimately eroded trust in democratic institutions, exposing how social media's architecture can fracture national unity. Then the threats to the national integration of Nigeria included generational division, distrust, foreign interference, and violence. The generational division, the toxic polarization fueled by social media during the Nigerian 2023 election poses grave dangers to national unity, as online hostility reinforms centuries-old ethnic and religious fault lines while creating new digital device. Then there was distrust from the citizen to the electoral council, which is the INEC, Independent National Electoral Commission, who rigged the election, which the citizens saw as rigging the election and bringing out, as the election wasn't a free and fair one. Then there was foreign interference. Digital fragmentation is compounded by foreign interference and algorithmic radicalization and prioritize conflict over consensus, leaving institutions like INEC struggling to maintain credibility and waves of disinformation. Then the violence, perhaps most alarmingly, these polarized narratives are hardening into generational worldview, with young Nigerians, the country's future, being socialized into political tribalism through endless cycles of online outrage, potentially cementing division that could take decades to heal and undermining Nigeria's precocious national cohesion at its most vulnerable moment. Then the conclusion and recommendation. The 2023 election revealed social media's dangerous duality. The duality, which is empowering youth engagement while weaponizing Nigeria's deep-seated division through viral lies. And then the recommendation will be The solution to these problems could be is divided into three, which are platform must enforce stricter content moderation to combat hate speech and foreign manipulations. Educators and civil society need nationwide digital literacy programs to inculate citizens against disinformation, and political leaders must reject divisive narrative that prioritize ethnic loyalties over national progress. Nigerian fragile democracy stands at a crossroad. Either harness social media's potential responsibly or risk its illicit into an engine of irreversible fragmentation. Thank you, and this is my presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Uma. I just have two questions to ask you, and please be very brief. Just it could be a one-word answer also. Which social media platform contributed most to political polarization in your study? That is the first question. And the second question is, which country's foreign interference did you find in the 2023 general elections? Are you there?
Maybe there's a language barrier. Ma'am, I would request you
All
to
right.
kindly say it again. Yeah.
Uma, can you hear me? The first question is, which social media platform contributed to this political polarization the most as per your study? Is it Facebook or
The
Instagram
most
or
social media
X?
platform, the social media platform that contributed most to the social media polarization during the 2023 election was Twitter, S.
Okay. And
But others like
which
WhatsApp,
country, you said you talked about foreign interference. So which country interfered in the elections? What evidence did you find? Could you understand my question? Okay, I think we can move on to the next presenter. I think that's better.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
We'll go
I'm
on.
here. I'm here. Dr. Amechi Chukwu. Hello, everyone. The topic I am going to put forward or discuss this morning is on the journalism divide, exploring the tension between classrooms and newsrooms by Dr. Ojako Carlo and Dr. Amechi Chukwu. Introduction. The chasm between journalism education and industry practice has long been a subject of debate with far-reaching implications for the future of journalism. As the media landscape continues to evolve,
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Can you place your camera properly so that we can have photographs? Yes.
okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
okay,
Thank you. You can
I guess it's
continue.
better than, okay.
It's better. Yeah.
Okay, as the media landscape continues to evolve, the divide between the theoretical foundations of journalism education and the practical realities of newsrooms has become increasingly pronounced. This discontent not only affects the preparedness of journalism graduates for the demands of the profession, but also hampers the ability of news organizations to adapt to changing audience needs and technological advancements. Journalism is undergoing rapid transformation in the face of digital technology, shifting audience behavior, and the socio-political changes. In Africa, particularly Nigeria, this evolution has highlighted a widening chasm between journalism educators and newsroom professionals. This tension manifests in accusations of overdwell on theories that is bereft of practical exposure by journalism educators. Conversely, newsroom practitioners are criticized by academics of neglecting theoretical foundations and ethical training. As journalism faces both potential and developmental threats in Nigeria, bridging this divide is essential to ensure survival and credibility of the profession. These findings highlight the need for greater collaboration between academia and industry to bridge the gap and prepare students for the demands of the profession. Objectives of the study: to identify key sources of tension between journalism classrooms and newsroom in Nigeria, to examine the impact of the divide on graduates and journalism practice, to propose actionable strategies for harmonizing academic and professional objectives. Then, methodology. We used interview-based quantitative research. This study employed a qualitative approach, conducting semi-structured interviews with three key groups: journalism educators from 6 Nigerian universities, including University of Lagos, Nigeria, University of Nigeria, Ebonyi State University, Nigeria, and Evangel University, Nigeria. Newsroom professionals, including editors, bureau chiefs, and reporters from Sun, The Guardian, Arise News, Channel TV, and The Niche. Then recent journalism graduates within the past 5 years, employed and unemployed. Let me move straight to the findings. Internet disconnect. Internships, a primary bridge between schools and newsrooms, are often poorly structured and consistently supervised. This is from Adaba and Adefimi 2021. Resource gaps. Most universities lack state-of-the-art studios, editing equipment, and access to industry standard software, limiting practical training. This is from Ekweme 2022. Mutual distrust. Journalists perceive educators as out of touch, while academics criticize newsrooms for disregarding ethics and responsibility. Then positive deviance. Some problems at the University of Lagos, Nigeria, and Evangel University, Nigeria, have built strong industry partnerships, leading to more employable graduates. Then recommendations. Curriculum obsolescence. Many newsroom leaders expressed concern that journalism curricula remains too theoretical and disconnected from current digital media trends. Okoro and Abba 2020. Lack of industry input. Educators acknowledge minimal interface with industry practitioners on short-term or full-term sabbatical. Internship disconnect. Internship, a primary bridge between school and newsroom, are often poorly structured and consistently supervised. Adaba and Adefemi 2021. Resource gaps. Most universities lack state-of-the-art studios, editing equipment, and access to industry standard software, limiting practically training. Equipment 2022. Then mutual distrust. Journalists perceive educators as out of touch, while academics criticize newsrooms for disregarding ethics and responsibility. Then positive deviance. Some programs at the University of Lagos, Nigeria, and Evangel University, Nigeria, have built strong partnerships leading to more employable graduates. Thank you. I guess I abridged it as much as you want. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Neelima ma'am and Rajeev sir, if you have any questions, you may ask.
Yeah, thank you so much. Great to hear from an African country, because we don't usually get to hear voices from the great, wonderful continent of Africa. I think some of the concerns you raised are very typical of developing countries. And yeah, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah, it was a very, like nice presentation, like just out of curiosity, like I'm asking this question. Because in India, like if you will see, there is a trend in, like declining enrollment in, like journalism education. But now, like students are more interested in like towards broader communication field like advertising, public relation, event management. So what is the current trend there in Nigeria, like regarding enrollment towards journalism programs, like because your university, they are offering. So are we seeing a similar kind of shift, like that is here in India?
Sorry, I didn't quite. There was a little interference. I didn't quite get what you said. Are you asking if there is a preponderance for advertising as? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, because like I'm asking that like in India there is a declining trend among students. Like they are not opting for like traditional journalism programs. They are more often like opting for advertising, corporate communication, or like other field of like communication. So are we seeing a similar shift like towards these related disciplines in Nigeria, or still like students are more inclined towards taking journalism education there in your country?
Yes, you're quite right. There is a shift, quite a noticeable shift, moving towards advertising and the rest as regards just journalism. This is as a result of African economies are not as fast moving as expected, and then people tend to go to areas they think they are going to win more money and things like that. And this is exactly what is responsible for the shift in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
now moving on to our next participant, that is Reena Dadij. I would request Reena ma'am to kindly present.
हेलो
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
नमस्ते क्या मेरी आवाज आ रही है
Yes, ma'am.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
Reena ma'am,
क्या
we can
पीपीटी
hear
देख
you.
पा रहे हैं आप मेरी
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
ओके मेरा विषय है राजस्थान में महिला खेल पत्रकार की भागीदारी अनुभव चुनौतियां और सशक्तिकरण पर एक विश्लेषणात्मक अध्ययन जो मेरे विषय है उसका उद्देश्य क्या आप देख पा रहे हैं उद्देश्य
Yes, ma'am, we can see your PPT. Please go on.
ओके तो जो मेरे विषय है उसका उद्देश्य है राजस्थान में महिला खेल पत्रकारों की वर्तमान भागीदारी का वस्तुनिष्ठ विश्लेषण करना और महिला खेल पत्रकारों के जो कार्य अनुभव सामाजिक सांस्कृतिक चुनौतियां हैं और सशक्तिकरण की प्रक्रिया जो है उसकी पहचान करना जो शोध पद्धति रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी मैंने यूज की है वो ये अध्ययन जो है गुणात्मक शोध जिसका उद्देश्य महिला खेल पत्रकारों के अनुभवों चुनौतियों और सशक्तिकरण की प्रक्रिया को गहराई से समझना है शोध डिजाइन जो है वो थीमेटिकल विश्लेषण मैंने किया है सैंपल साइज क्योंकि जब रिसर्च करना शुरू किया तब, क्योंकि मेरा ये विषय महिला पत्रकार मेरा पीएचडी का विषय भी है, तो जब मैंने इंटरव्यूज दिए तो मुझे पता चला कि राजस्थान में जो खेल पत्रकार है, महिला खेल पत्रकार है, वो अ, दो ही हैं। एक हिंदी मीडिया में है जो सच में जिनको खेल पत्रकार कहा जा सकता है, जिन्होंने हार्ड कोड जो जर्नलिज्म है वो किया है, तो वो दो ही हैं। एक मृदुला शर्मा है जो कि राजस्थान पत्रिका में है इस वक्त, और एक अम, अ, मंदाकिनी मैम है जो कि इंग्लिश न्यूज़पेपर में है। लेकिन वो किसी वजह से मैं उनसे बात नहीं कर पाई, लेकिन मृदुला शर्मा के साथ मैंने फेस टू फेस बात की है, और करीब 1.5 आवर का उनका इंटरव्यू था। जो कुछ सवाल जो थे जो पहले से डिसाइडेड थे, और बाकी बहुत लंबी बातचीत हुई। उसके अलावा मैंने बात की है उन्हीं के मेंटर, क्योंकि बातचीत के दौरान पता चला था उनके मेंटर थे जिन्होंने उनकी बहुत मदद की, शैलेश पांडे सर, जो मेंटर भी हैं उनके, और खेल पत्रकारिता में बहुत अच्छा अनुभव है। उसके साथ भी राजस्थान पत्रिका में बहुत लंबे समय तक एज अ एडिटर उन्होंने काम किया है। तीसरा मैंने इंटरव्यू लिया है वो है नरेश शर्मा सर, जिनका प्रिंट मीडिया और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक दोनों का बहुत अच्छा अनुभव है। ये मैंने इसलिए लिया ताकि महिला पत्रकारों के प्रति जो पुरुष सहकर्मी हैं फील्ड के दौरान उनका दृष्टिकोण क्या होता है वो जानने के लिए। इनका भी मैंने फोनिक इंटरव्यू लिया है और करीब 2 घंटे इनका इंटरव्यू चला था। इसके अलावा पत्रकारिता विभाग में प्रोफेसर हैं मनीष आर्य सर, जेईसीआरसी जो है जयपुर, वहाँ वो काम कार्य कर रहे हैं। शैक्षणिक दृष्टिकोण क्या है, जैसे कि अभी पांडे सर ने भी बताया था कि आजकल के जो बच्चे हैं वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट में, ग्लैमर या फिर दूसरे फील्ड पीआर उसमें जाना पसंद करते हैं, लेकिन जर्नलिज्म जो है वो उसकी तरफ से उनका थोड़ा-सा इंटरेस्ट जो है वो नहीं जा रहा है। फिर इस बातचीत के दौरान उन्होंने एक छात्र का, अभी तक की जर्नी में उनको सिर्फ एक छात्रा मिली थी जो खेल पत्रकारिता में इंटरेस्टेड थी, तो फिर उन्होंने उनका नंबर दिया, तो उनसे बात की। ये जो बच्ची है, इन्होंने अभी इनको एक्चुअल प्लेटफॉर्म नहीं मिला है, लेकिन डिजिटल मीडिया के थ्रू इन्होंने खुद के जो यूट्यूब चैनल और इंस्टाग्राम के थ्रू जर्नलिज्म, खेल पत्रकारिता को शुरुआत की है। तो इस तरह से एक और फाइंडिंग आई है कि हाँ, डिजिटल मीडिया जो है वो महिला पत्रकार जो खेल पत्रकार में आना चाहती हैं उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है। पूरे रिसर्च में अनुभव जो दिए जाएँ 5 लोगों के अलग-अलग अनुभव थे, लेकिन जो निष्कर्ष निकाला जा सकता है उसमें ये था कि किसी तरह का जो लैंगिक भेदभाव है एकदम सामने तो नहीं है। उनको एडिटर सपोर्ट करते हैं। सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है उनका नॉलेज अच्छा होना चाहिए फील्ड का। उनका स्पोर्ट्स नॉलेज बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए, डेडिकेशन होना चाहिए। अगर ये सब है तो जेंडर जो है वो बीच में नहीं आता है। तो जो रिस्पॉन्स था वो बहुत ही पॉजिटिव था सभी लोगों का। लेकिन जो दिखती नहीं है, लेकिन कुछ पीछे की जो चुनौतियाँ हैं, जैसे कि कार्यस्थल की राजनीति। कई बार होता है कि ये तो और महिला है, इसको इतना नॉलेज थोड़ी होगा, ये रात को नहीं रुक सकती है, फील्ड में ये नहीं काम कर सकती। तो एक मानसिक जो होती है संपादक या ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की तरफ से नहीं, लेकिन जो आस-पास के लोगों की जो मानसिकता होती है, उसमें लैंगिक भेदभाव देखा गया है। सामाजिक सांस्कृतिक, क्योंकि राजस्थान है तो वहाँ पे महिलाओं को जो है फ्रीडम कह सकते हैं थोड़ा-सा बाहर निकलने का या रात को बाहर निकलने का। तो महिला पत्रकार दोनों से जो थोड़ी बहुत बातचीत हुई थी, मेंटर से बातचीत हुई थी, उसमें ये आया था कि घर वाले जो हैं वो शुरू-शुरू में इनिशियली जब बातचीत करते हैं, तो शुरू-शुरू में उन्होंने बहुत ऑब्जेक्शन उठाया था कि नहीं, हमारी बेटी को इतना रात को न्यूज़ ना दिया जाए, नहीं भेजा जाए। लेकिन जब उनका स्टोरी आ जाती है, वो थोड़ा-सा एक अपना एस्टेब्लिश हो जाती है, उसके बाद कोई परेशानी नहीं आती है। हाँ, फील्ड वर्क में भी थोड़ी बहुत परेशानी आती है। करियर ग्रोथ में असमानता, क्योंकि ट्रस्ट नहीं हो पाता है कि क्या इतना वक़्त दे पाएगी। नॉलेज उनका बहुत अच्छा है, उन पे काम का जो है ट्रस्ट कि ये बहुत अच्छा काम करके देगी, ये सब ऑर्गेनाइज़ेशन की तरफ से होता है। लेकिन अगर प्रमोशन की या निर्णायक जो पद होता है वो देने की बात आए, तो कहीं न कहीं ऑर्गेनाइज़ेशन जो है वो पीछे हट जाती हैं। जिसकी वजह से ऑफ कोर्स जो सैलरी है और जो भेद ना चाहते हुए जो डिफरेंसेस हैं वो आ जाते हैं। सशक्तिकरण, क्योंकि जो थीम थी फीमेल एम्पावरमेंट, तो बिल्कुल एक सर से बात हुई थी, नरेश शर्मा सर से, उन्होंने बहुत अच्छी बात कही थी कि अगर जैसे कि हम लोग इंटरव्यू लेते हैं तो पुरुष जो हैं स्पोर्ट्स जो हैं वो उनके जो न बताए हुए पहलू भी सामने आ जाते हैं, तो महिला खिलाड़ी जो हैं वो हमसे इतनी बातें शेयर नहीं कर पाती हैं। अगर इस फील्ड में महिला पत्रकार आ जाती हैं तो महिला खिलाड़ियों, क्योंकि आजकल महिला खिलाड़ियों का जो रेशियो है वो भी बहुत अच्छा हो गया है, तो अगर वो आ जाती हैं तो उनकी जो पहलू हैं दूसरे वो सामने आएंगे, उनका स्ट्रगल, और इससे जो बाकी की बच्चियां हैं वो भी मोटिवेट होगी। तो ये एक नई चीज आई थी। डिजिटल मीडिया है, सोशल प्लेटफॉर्म है, वो बहुत सपोर्ट करता है। मेंटरशिप बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करती है। ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ महिला खेल पत्रकार के लिए, पुरुष खेल पत्रकार के लिए भी मेंटरशिप जो है वो बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले कर रही है। बातचीत में ये पता चला। सामाजिक सोच में सकारात्मक बदलाव आ रहे हैं, कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन इनिशियल लेवल पे जो है वो थोड़ा सा और इंतजार शायद करना पड़ेगा। और संस्थाओं को भी ये है कि अगर वो थोड़ा सा ट्रस्ट करें, क्योंकि काफी सारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रात को खुद ही अलाउ नहीं करती हैं कि नहीं हम आपको ये कार्य नहीं देंगे, आप
मीना
साथ
मैम,
में कर
मैं
दीजिए।
चाहूंगी आपको बीच में रोकने के लिए,
हाँ जी।
मगर मैं चाहूंगी कि आप कोशिश करें कि आप प्लीज इसको जल्दी समाप्त कर दें। वी आर एक्चुअली
अच्छा।
रनिंग वेरी लेट।
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ। तो यही है कि फाइंडिंग है कि बाधाएं जो है सामाजिक सांस्कृतिक वो बाधाएं आए हैं, फील्ड वर्क में थोड़ी कठिनाई है, क्योंकि खुला जो ऐसे ना जैसे कबड्डी है या खो खो है, कुछ गेम्स हैं जो खुले ओपन में है, तो फीमेल के तरीके से बहुत सारी परेशानी आती है। तो थोड़ा सा अगर उनके मेंटर्स अच्छे हों, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की तरफ से थोड़ा सा सपोर्ट मिल जाए तो शायद वो बहुत अच्छा कर सकते हैं। ये मैंने जिनके इंटरव्यू लिए थे, मृदुला मैम जो पत्रकार हैं, और मनीष आर्य सर, इनके मैंने फेस टू फेस इंटरव्यू लिए थे, बाकी फोन के इंटरव्यू लिए थे। और ये जो हैं ये पेपर्स हैं जिसमें लिटरेचर रिव्यू किया था। थैंक यू। हेलो।
थैंक यू रीना जी, बहुत ही अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन था आपका, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग प्रेजेंटेशन था, क्योंकि ये जानकर बहुत खुशी हुई कि इतनी सारे महिला पत्रकार भी हैं जो स्पोर्ट्स को कवर करती हैं। एक बात आपने कही कि अगर ज्यादा महिला स्पोर्ट्स रिपोर्टर्स होंगी तो शायद जो प्लेयर्स हैं, वुमेन प्लेयर्स हैं, उनकी कुछ यूनिक प्रॉब्लम्स बाहर आएंगी, या फिर आई यू थिंक दैट इज अ वैलिड ऑब्जर्वेशन? इसका कुछ सपोर्टिंग एविडेंसेस हैं आपके पास? क्योंकि जो ज्यादातर जो आपने बोला है वो तो
हाँ।
सामान्य
नहीं।
नॉर्मल रिपोर्टर्स भी, जो विमेन रिपोर्टर्स फेस करती हैं, वही स्पोर्ट्स रिपोर्टर्स भी फेस कर रही हैं। प्रॉब्लम्स आर मोस्टली द सेम, the challenges
हाँ,
that they face
वो
in
तो
the
है
field.
मेरा
But
विषय। मेरा
is there any evidence that if women sports reporters are more, then there'll probably be more, greater coverage of
हाँ,
women sports persons?
हाँ, बिल्कुल। बातचीत के दौरान सभी लोगों ने स्वीकार किया है कि जो महिला खेल खिलाड़ी होते हैं वो अपनी बात को खुल के नहीं रखते, क्योंकि उनका अपब्रिंगिंग भी राजस्थान में ही हुआ है, तो एकदम खुल के अपना बात रखना वो नहीं रख पाते हैं। इवन एक जो स्टूडेंट है उससे बात हुई थी, तो उसने बोला था कि मुझे स्टूडेंट क्लब का जो स्पोर्ट्स क्लब का बनाया गया था वो भी इसलिए बनाया गया था ताकि महिलाएं ज्यादा आए स्पोर्ट्स में। और ये बात दोनों जो जर्नलिस्ट हैं उन्होंने भी स्वीकार की है, और जो मेंटर्स हैं उन्होंने भी स्वीकार की है, और जो फील्ड में जो साथ में काम कर रहे हैं उन्होंने भी, ये मेरे पास रिकॉर्डिंग है, उन्होंने भी ये कहा है कि महिलाएं जो हैं हमसे इतना बात नहीं कर पाती है। उसी वजह से जो हाईलाइट है, जो राजस्थान के खिलाड़ी हैं, बहुत सारे अच्छे अच्छे, अगर अच्छे से उनकी स्टोरी निकाली जाए तो बहुत सारे हैं। तो इससे राजस्थान का जो एक अलग सिनेरियो सामने आएगा। बहुत सारी फैमिली सपोर्ट भी करती है, लेकिन क्या है कि वो स्टोरी सामने ही नहीं आती है। तो अगर महिला पत्रकार आती हैं, और ये मेरा ऑब्जर्वेशन भी है, और ये काफी लोगों ने ये स्वीकार भी किया है।
और एक छोटा सा प्रश्न है कि कौन से खेलों को ज्यादा कवर करने का अवसर मिलता है फीमेल स्पोर्ट्स रिपोर्टर्स, विमेन स्पोर्ट्स रिपोर्टर्स?
फीमेल देखिए, अगर फीमेल रिपोर्टर नहीं आ रही है, अभी सिर्फ राजस्थान में 2 ही हैं, तो उसकी सबसे बड़ी वजह है नॉलेज, क्योंकि
नहीं नहीं, मैं पूछ रही हूँ कि कौन से स्पोर्ट्स को ज्यादा कवर करने का अवसर मिलता है उनको, क्रिकेट या फुटबॉल, या
खेल
डू दे आल्सो कवर मेंस स्पोर्ट्स?
या आईपीएल में अभी आपने परसों, अगर आप राजस्थान पत्रिका का उठाएंगे तो मृदुला मैम का पूरा जो पेज था, बाईलाइन उनका था। तो आईपीएल हो गया अभी अगर राजस्थान में देखा जाए, और बड़े बड़े इंटरव्यूज जो हैं वो उन लोगों ने लिए, तो
तो
ऐसा
ज्यादातर क्रिकेट को ही कवर कर रहे हैं, विमेन स्पोर्ट्स।
नहीं, लोकल जो है स्पोर्ट्स उनको भी कवर कर रहे हैं। खेल पत्रकार में आपको पूरा ही आपका जो भी उस समय हो रहा है, अगर आपका जो एडिटर जो देता है वो सारे फील्ड हैं, चाहे वो पोलो हो, चाहे वो कुश्ती हो, जितने भी हो रहे हैं उस जगह पे वो सारे अवार्ड लेती हैं। और उनका नॉलेज बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए, बहुत ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ क्रिकेट है। क्रिकेट क्योंकि एज अ ऑडियंस हम उसको प्रेफर करते हैं, हम चाहते हैं उसको रीड करना, इसलिए शायद एडिटर जो है वो क्रिकेट को हाईलाइट करता है। लेकिन अगर अंदर जाया जाए तो जैसे मृदुला मैम से बात की थी तो मैंने उससे पूछा था सबसे अच्छी स्टोरी जो आपके दिल के बहुत करीब है वो कौन सी है, तो उन्होंने बताया था कि एक बच्चे थे जो धूप में रोज खेलते थे, ऐसे करके उन्होंने एक इमोशनल स्टोरी मतलब पब्लिश करी थी, और उसको बहुत अच्छा मतलब पूरे स्टेट में उनको मिला था, वो अवार्ड भी मिला था। तो स्पोर्ट्स जो है वो उन्होंने ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ क्रिकेट है, वो शायद ऑडियंस जो रीडर है वो स्पोर्ट्स क्रिकेट को ज्यादा पढ़ना पसंद करते हैं, इसलिए शायद।
Rakesh sir is also present here. He wants to ask something as he has raised his hand. Please, we can take his question.
मेरा प्रश्न ये है कि जो मैंने आपका प्रेजेंटेशन सुना उसमें मैं यही समझ पाया कि आपने सिर्फ एक महिला पत्रकार से बात की। तो सिर्फ क्या आपको लगता है कि एक महिला पत्रकार से बात करके कोई रिसर्च पेपर बनना ठीक है? बाकी सब आपने पुरुषों से बात की है, लेकिन विषय आपका है महिला पत्रकार। तो अगर राजस्थान में दो ही महिला पत्रकार हैं तो ऐसा विषय क्यों चुना जिसमें जो हमारा इतना छोटा सा सैंपल हो, और उसमें से भी आपकी एक दूसरे से बात हो नहीं पाई? तो क्या आपको लगता है कि किसी एक व्यक्ति से बात करके एक रिसर्च पेपर बनाना उचित है?
हाँ, नजरिया तो सर, अगर मैं वो विषय उठाऊंगी ही नहीं, अगर किसी विषय को मैं उठाऊंगी ही नहीं कि ये खेल पत्रकारिता, क्योंकि अभी तक मैंने रिसर्च किया है राजस्थान में, तो मुझे एज ए स्टूडेंट मुझे काफी कुछ डिटेल्स नहीं मिली है। तो अगर मैं शुरुआत करती हूँ, तो अगर फ्यूचर में कोई रिसर्च होता है, एटलीस्ट बेस तो कहीं ना कहीं से तो शुरुआत होगी ना। तो इसलिए मैंने ये विषय चुना, क्योंकि अगर हम इस तरह से इग्नोर करते रहेंगे, जैसे मैं राजस्थान से हूँ, अगर हम छोटी छोटी नॉलेज को इग्नोर करते रहेंगे, अगर इस विषय को उठाया जाए, जैसे मुझे एक चीज पता चली कि संस्थाएं जो हैं ऑर्गेनाइज मतलब यूनिवर्सिटीज जो है वो भी खेल पत्रकारिता पे इतना जोर नहीं दे रही है, वो सिर्फ एक पार्ट के तौर पे। अगर ऐसा 6 मंथ का स्पोर्ट्स जर्नलिज्म आ जाए तो बहुत अच्छा स्कोप है राजस्थान के अंदर, बहुत अच्छा स्कोप है, और फीमेल जर्नलिस्ट को भी बहुत अच्छा है। दो इसलिए क्योंकि एक तो दोनों को 20 साल से ज्यादा का अनुभव है, ठीक है, और क्योंकि दो ही हैं तो ये भी तो एक रिसर्च है कि पूरे राजस्थान जो
टाइम्स ऑफ
कितना
टाइम्स ऑफ
बड़ा।
इंडिया तो टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया को तो 20 साल हुए नहीं, जयपुर में अनुभव कहाँ से 20 साल का हो गया?
छोटे छोटे पेपर का,
नहीं,
छोटे छोटे पेपर का अनुभव करके अभी वो राइट नाउ वो उसमें काम कर रही है।
No,
अलग
what Rakesh ji was saying was right actually, because after listening to your presentation, most of the experiences of that person that you interviewed are, it's not specific to sports journalism. It's just common across any women reporter
सब वो सारे स्पोर्ट्स जर्नलिस्ट, स्पोर्ट्स एडिटर ही हैं जिनसे मैंने बात की है।
that she faces, the challenges. And just sample.
तो जितना मैंने संभव हो सका सारा एरिया लिया, क्योंकि राजस्थान में खेल पत्रकार अपने आप में खेल पत्रकार पुरुषों
Probably
के
that
लिए
would
भी
be better.
लिमिटेड है।
A larger sample, like 4 5 people.
Yeah,
सर
you know, like
मिले ही नहीं मैंने सब जगह
Rina,
कॉल कर लिया, है
yeah,
ही नहीं।
रीना जी, you know, like these are valuable comments. तो आप इनको जो है
Yeah.
ignore मत करिए, right? So you know, like keep all these, you know, like try to consider, you know, like all these, you know, like comments. Though you know, like you are defending very well, but you know, like it is good to, you know, like listen to others. I think we are running out of time, so we can move on. Rakesh
नहीं,
sir
मैंने
and
पेपर के लिए मंदाकिनी मैम का टाइम ले रखा है, पेपर मैंने अभी लिखा नहीं है, तो पेपर के लिए मैंने मंदाकिनी मैम का टाइम लिख रखा है। तो अगर मैं कोशिश करूंगी कि अगर और मुझसे मिलता है तो, लेकिन रिव्यू ऑफ लिटरेचर में मैंने ट्राई किया है डिफाइन करने का, कंपैरिजन वगैरह करके, तो पेपर में शायद मैं उसको अच्छे से दिखा पाऊंगी, और मैं कोशिश करूंगी।
थैंक यू सो मच रीना मैम, थैंक यू सो मच। जितने भी चेंजेस, जितने भी वैल्यूएबल कमेंट्स आप लोगों को मिल रहे हैं, प्लीज आप उन सभी को इनकॉर्पोरेट करें अपने रिसर्चेस के लिए। और इसी के साथ आगे बढ़ेंगे हम। आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट डॉक्टर बाला लाखेंद्र जी टू काइंडली प्रेजेंट।
Yes, very good afternoon, Honorable Chair, Madam Professor Neelima ji, co-chair Dr. Rajeev Kumar ji, and many of the friends are here from Nigeria, Sri Lanka, and other parts of India also. So my sincere greetings from Banaras Hindu University. I am a faculty of Banaras Hindu University. And topic of my research paper is impact of digital revolution on changing pattern in social behavior of the college going youth, a case study of Varanasi district. So very quickly, I'm going to talk about the problem. The digital revolution has significantly transformed the lifestyle and behavior of individuals globally in India. This transformation is markedly visible among college-going youth who are at forefront of digital consumption. The advent of digital revolution has ushered in an era of unprecedented change in communication, information dissemination, and social interaction. This transformation is particularly salient among youth, especially those in college, as they are more receptive to adopting and adapting to new technologies. In Varanasi, a city known for its historical and cultural significance, this phenomenon is manifesting in unique ways. This research aims to explore how digitalization is reshaping the social behavior of college-going students in Varanasi district. So I'm skipping these all and directly I'm coming to the objectives. The main objectives of the research was to assess the extent of digital media usage among college students in Varanasi, to identify the changes in social behavior due to this digital revolution, to analyze the positive and negative impacts of these changes, and to provide recommendations for better management of digital consumption. About research methodology, so this study adopted a mixed method approach, integrating qualitative survey as well as qualitative interviews. A total of 2250 students of different colleges of Varanasi were surveyed using stratified random sampling to ensure representation across gender, stream of study, and the year of education. A structured questionnaire was used for this study, and few in-depth interviews were also conducted, and the number of students were 20. These are the findings. 95% respondents, college-going youths, they said that they are using smartphones. 90% access social media daily, with Instagram and WhatsApp being the most popular. 70% use digital platform for academic purposes. They use it for their study and other things. Then preference for texting over voice calls, increase in emojis and meme-based communication, it is increasing. Reduction in formal language use. If we talk about social interaction, the finding is that increase in virtual friendship, the social interaction is decreasing. Decrease in face-to-face interactions, because in leisure hour, whenever they come back to their home, in leisure hour they spend the time on computer or on WhatsApp or on mobile only. And social media influencing peer relationship and self-image also. In terms of academic behavior, increased reliance on digital notes and e-books, distraction due to non-academic use of digital devices. They spend time on reels and they are spending time, their quality time. Mixed impact on academic performances. When they will be devoting these times, naturally they are going to lose marks and they are going to lose a span of attention span also. Lifestyle preferences, change in entertainment consumption from traditional to digital platforms, altered sleep pattern due to late night. So this was the real thing which really worried me, and not only me, the academician will be thinking, because they're changing pattern of sleeping, and it is going to harm their lifestyle. Rise in sedentary lifestyle behaviors. Recently the stories were there, few committed suicide and many of they tried. So this is one of the reason of this digital behavior. So discussion, the digital revolution has undeniably reshaped the social behavior of college students in Varanasi, And these findings resonate with national and global trends. Yet the cultural context of Varanasi adds layers of complexity, because you know the Varanasi is a city of culture and the lifestyle is different than other cities, other districts, especially in balancing traditional values with modern digital practices. Conclusion: the study concludes that while the digital revolution has brought numerous advantages, it has also significantly altered the social behavior of college-going youth in Varanasi. Managing this digital transition responsibly requires concerned efforts from educators, families, and policymakers. Digital literacy program, even in the morning session we were talking about media literacy, and so many scholars they spoke about it. So digital literacy programs to educate youth on responsible uses, incorporating digital well-being into college curriculums, encouraging offline social activities to maintain interpersonal skills, like we can
Sir,
inspire them for sports.
sorry to interrupt you. Sorry
Yes,
to interrupt you. Could you please conclude? Yeah.
I'm concluding. These are my references. And finally, the digital revolution has transformed social behavior across all strata of society, with young people, particularly college-going youth, being the most impacted demographic. Over the past 2 decades, numerous researchers and scholars have investigated the multifaceted consequences of digitalization, especially in terms of its influence on the communication pattern, identity formation, interpersonal relationship, education, lifestyle, and mental health. Thank you. If you have any question, I will be happy to answer. And yeah, due to pauses of time, due to sort of time, I could not elaborate it properly. But anyhow, yeah. So thank you, Professor Neelima Madam, and the co-chair, Dr. Rajiv ji. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. It was good listening to your study. Very interesting. I have one question to ask. Please keep the answer very brief.
Yes.
Did you examine the impact of social media use on culture, the kind of culture or lifestyle attitudes that the
Yes,
youth
yes,
have?
yes, yes, yes. Varanasi is full of culture, and particularly the folk art and folk culture. Yes, due to this media and this changing pattern of their uses, they are not following the Varanasi culture. They are going to modern songs, and it is going to kill our culture. So it is really a matter of worry. And yeah, when I asked, do you know Girja Devi? Do you know Bismillah Khan Sahab? Do you know Kishan Maharaj ji? The questions were there. So very few of them said reliably and confidently. Many of them said yes, but they were not knowing what they do. So this shows that really they are not devoting time and they are not concerned for their culture, for their art. Yes, Varanasi is a place where culture and art is the core thing. But due to this media, due to the using pattern, they are losing, and it is we are worried about this. Yes, madam.
Thank you.
Sir, I have just, like one observation, because I was going through one paper on, like SAGE, where, like that paper was research methods that is being used in mass communication research. So that was a census of, like almost 8 journals, more than, like 200, 649, like articles. So there, like it is written that, like 60% were either quantitative papers and only 40% was qualitative. Rarely, like the mixed method, like combining both the quantitative and qualitative. So what was the reason, like why you took this mixed method? Because I have seen, like there is a growing trend nowadays, like mixing, like mixed methods. But when we see papers published in Scopus and other journals, so either they are sticking to quantitative one or the qualitative one. Very rarely, like mixed method. So just wanted to know why you took, like this mixed method approach, sir.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Sir, when I came to know that such type of international seminar is happening, and even before that, I was working on this. So quickly, I was thinking to survey students. So 250 students, it is fine. But when we completed our survey, so I thought that survey and asking 22 questions or 25 questions is not solving my understanding and my questions. As Madam Neelima asked me, the impact on the culture of Varanasi, how it is shifting. So that is why I thought that I should interview or at least 10 to 15 students and in-depth interview. So sitting together for hours and sitting on the bank of Ganga, and most of the interviews were conducted at Assi Ghat. So we were sitting there and discussing and then jotting down and then recording also. So the main aim was that other than these 22 structured questions, fixed questions, we should know a little more in depth about the person, which I replied that Vidushi Girija Pandit Kishan Maharaj and Bismillah Khan. So whether they are aware about them or whether still they are having some interest. So that is why, sir, it was a mixed method, just to know in depth, just to know more about culture, art.
Okay,
and
okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhalalakhendra sir. Thank you so much. Moving forward, now we have Hina Verma with us. I would request Hina Verma to kindly present.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Now I request you to wind up in 2 minutes only, because we need to start the session 5 also. Just take 2 minutes and present.
Okay. My PPT is visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Hina, and my paper title is Impact of Digital Innovation on Strategic Management and Growth and Evaluation. I'm talking about the intro. So organizational management, operations, and growth have been transformed because of fast-moving developments in digital technologies. A new paradigm shift has been introduced in management strategies because of digital innovation, such as big data, blockchain technology. Blockchain technologies is an innovation way to boost the efficiency of business operations, and artificial intelligence and cloud computing. Digital innovation is defined as the application of digital technologies to enhance the quality of business process, provide value to customers, and achieve competitive benefits. Businesses are facing challenges in the present era of globalization, high expectations of consumers, and volatile marketing. Digital innovation has emerged as a crucial enabler of agility and sustainability. Now I'm talking about the identified key themes. So first one is strategic alignment of digital technologies. Second is digital leadership and capability development. Third is customer-centric digital transformation. Fourth one is organizational agility and innovation culture. Fourth one is data governance and digital ethics. Now I'm talking about the scope of my study. So my study analyzed the impact of digital innovation on management and organizational growth from 2015 to 2025. And it is based on the research article, industry publication, report, and focus on various sectors that includes information technology, healthcare, manufacturing, retail, and service with a global perspective. Objective of my studies are analyze the role of digital innovation in remodeling management practices. Second one is identify of key enablers and barriers of digital-based organizational growth. Third is investigate the impact of digital innovation on strategic decision-making and leadership. Now I'm talking about the methodology. I have used the qualitative and content analysis, selection of source are Scopus, Web of Science, Google Scholar, coding and characterization, key themes, pattern and concept, and in analyzing the framework to map association between digital innovation and management outcome. Now I'm talking about the result. Strategic integration is that integrated with digital tools into core strategies, experienced higher growth, improved decision making, and enhanced customer satisfaction. Second is leadership transformation. It effect digital transformation requires leaders with digital literacy and the ability to foster innovation. Third is operational efficiency, which is digital innovation streamlined operations through automation, real-time analytics, and improved communication. And fourth one is cultural shift. A strong innovation culture and willingness to adapt were critical to digital success. Now there are some barriers also. So major challenges include resistance to change, skills gap, cybersecurity concerns, and budget constraints. Sectoral insights are IT sector, retail, and healthcare. Now I'm talking about the conclusion. So based on my study result, it can be concluded that digital innovation is a transformative force in contemporary management, remodeling the organization's plan and implementing strategies and growth. Digital transformation has massive advantages, but they depend on strategic management, digital savvy leadership, and cultural inclusiveness. Industries are rapidly evolving. Therefore, digital innovation will be considered a core of sustainable growth and competitive advantages. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Hina. Rajiv sir and Neelima ma'am, if you have any questions to ask.
No questions from my side.
Yeah, we can move on. We can move on.
Okay. Thank you,
Next.
sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so moving forward, we have Prithvi sir. Sir, I would request you to kindly present. Prithvi sir, I request you to kindly present.
Prithvi sir has written in the chat box that he's facing some technical issues and he will not be able to present. So we can
Okay,
go to the next.
Till the time we can call Anisha Singh for the presentation. Anisha, if you're here, kindly present.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Please carry forward.
Yeah. Is my presentation visible?
Yes, ma'am.
So good afternoon, everyone. I'm Anisha Singh, a research scholar from Haridev Joshi University of Journalism and Mass Communication, Jaipur. And my paper title is Changing Face of Government PR with special reference to the state of Rajasthan. So before moving forward, I would like to mention that why I chose PR because it is a very evolving field which plays a critical role in shaping public opinion, disseminating accurate information, and promoting transparency and accountability. And if we talk about the digital era, the PR is transforming a lot. It is largely driven by digital advancements, and also the citizen expectations are changing these days. So this paper explores the evolving nature of government PR with special focus on Rajasthan and how the Department of Information and Public Relations, which is DIPR Rajasthan, is adapting to new communication challenges and by embracing digital platforms and strategic outreach methods. So the research gap which I found was that the DIPR is doing tremendous job by launching new digital platforms, by launching itself on new digital platforms like YouTube, Telegram, WhatsApp, and also a policy to engage with the social media influencers to promote the government schemes. So this is an evolving field, but still, if we talk about Rajasthan, not much literature is available. Also, the digital influencers as partners in governance communication is still an emerging research area. So I believe that my study will provide a platform for the further researches, and also we can just find out the gaps and the state's approach to public communication in this changing digital era, highlighting both the challenges and the innovations. The objectives of my study are as follows: to analyze the evolution of government PR in Rajasthan, a shift from traditional communication to more digital-based communication, to study the role of Department of Information and Public Relations, like how they are implementing PR initiatives and adapting to modern communication practices. Also to evaluate the effectiveness of digital platforms, like how YouTube, WhatsApp, Telegram, and other social media platforms have helped the government to engage more citizens. Also to assess citizen engagement and response, to identify the challenges and the opportunities faced by the PR professionals while being in government sector, how they face these challenges and how they use the digital platforms to bring about the transformation. And as I mentioned earlier, that it will contribute to the academic discourse and, as on the role of digital PR in public governance, and particularly in the state of Rajasthan. So my research methodology was exploratory in nature. This study does not aim to have a hypothesis, but to gather insights from different sources and to understand ongoing trends and outcomes. The sampling was purposive sampling, where I identified individuals in the IPR, I interviewed them, and then I moved forward for the findings and analysis. The data collected from interviews and content analysis were organized thematically Like the recurring themes, strategies, and patterns were identified to draw some meaningful insights. And lastly, the qualitative content analysis was applied to assess the effectiveness of digital campaigns and the citizen responses. The data was collected both primarily and secondary data. Primary data, for collecting the primary data, I conducted interviews, semi-structured interviews with the PR professionals, media officers, and the officials working in DIPR. And for the secondary data, I referred to government documents, annual reports of DIPR, press releases, some policy documents, and the literature which was available. So after researching, I found out certain things, that there is a tremendous shift from traditional to digital communication, like the social media. 24/7 YouTube channel was launched by DRPR. Therein, the news updates, the policy changes, and everything is informed through YouTube to the citizens. Telegram and WhatsApp groups were used, which resulted in reaching out to over 20 lakh users with Telegram groups. It is also noteworthy to mention that the digital influencers were also approached for promoting the government schemes, which is one of a kind of the initiative. The citizen perception and feedback, what I find out was that although the study was not based on the citizen data collection, but there was a positive engagement which I could find out, that the digital metrics and public survey was not done. But on the social media platforms, the people were responding to the posts of the IPR. Also, they were curious to know about the policies, and also citizens appreciated the speed of updates which they received in the on the social media platforms. But there were certain challenges like digital divide. So,
Anisha, please conclude.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. To conclude, I would like to mention certain suggestions which were concluded on the basis of the findings and analysis. So DIPR could invest more in capacity building and training of its officials. It could localize content for a greater reach. It could enhance a two-way communication. It could work on bridging the digital divide by promoting media literacy. It could promote transparency and accountability by launching some fact-checking initiatives. It can expand influencer collaboration responsibly, because what I noted was that there were certain social media influencers who were approached to promote the government schemes, but there was certain lack of information about the schemes. So I believe that DIPR could expand influencer collaboration, and also some feedback mechanism can be launched to record the citizen feedback regarding the policies. These were certain references which I referred, and that was all about my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anisha. I guess Rajeev sir and Neelima ma'am, we can move forward with the next part.
Please.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Anisha. With your permission, I would like to move forward to Sushma Sharma ma'am. I would request Sushma Sharma ma'am to kindly present. Prithvi sir, if you are ready, you can present.
Sushma is not here, I think. Parul, let's go to the next one.
Okay. I would request Iram Taslim to kindly present.
Hello, ma'am. Is I am audible?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just sharing my slides. Ma'am, is my slides visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. The topic of my paper presentation today is Cultural Narratives on a Plate, a case study of Hindu and Muslim culinary traditions in Indian YouTube cooking channels. Myself, Iram Taslim, I am Junior Research Fellow from Department of Electronic Media, Rajeev Kumar University of Journalism and Mass Communication. The abstract of my this research paper is that I have taken two channels. One is Hindu culinary YouTube channel, and second is Muslim YouTube channel of Sayyid Shaheen, and Hindu one is of Kabita's Kitchen. Research question. The motive of my research is I have two questions on the basis of which I have done my research. First is how are cultural and religious identities of Hindu and Muslim community constructed, represented, and negotiated through culinary content on Indian YouTube cooking channels. And second is, in what ways do Indian YouTube cooking channels act as digital spaces for preserving, sharing, and transforming Hindu and Muslim culinary traditions in a secular, diverse media environment? Research method which I have used is case study approach. In this approach, I have studied more or less 10 videos of each of this, both of the YouTube channels. In the first case study of Kavita's Kitchen, I found that the representation of Hindu culture, the channel prominently features recipes associated with Hindu festivals like Chhat Puja recipes, Thekua, Modak recipes, coconut recipes, which is generally related to festivities, Eid recipes also there, Shahi Tukra recipes also there, along with all the Hindu tradition recipes. Iftar recipes is also there, Makar Sankranti recipes, Til Ke Laddu, Chikki, Tyoharon wali veg thali was also prominently there. Ramzan special recipes, kebab recipes, fasting recipes, Diwali, Navratri, Holi, and Kavita recipes for sabutana khichdi and aloo chata tied to fasting rituals. And the channel often uses terms like satvik, which refers to spiritual purity. The channel often uses the term satvik like for onion and garlic free dishes. And narrative style and presentation, if we talk about of Kavita's, narration is very informal, familiar, grounded in the experience of middle class Indian homemaker. And community engagement, the comment section is filled with emotional and nostalgic responses from the Indian diaspora. If we talk about the second YouTube channel of Sayyid Shaheen's, the food as a cultural performance, this section established food as a medium of cultural performance, where we can find the recipes like Muslim, if we talk about Muslim recipes, all of them were present along with the Hindu recipes pertaining to Hindu culture and festivities, tradition, Medu Vada, Puran Poli, Sabudana, Vada Tikki, Vrat, Butter Chakli, Holi Special, Tilpatti, and many other communities and festivals. Not only Hindu, but all other festivals of other communities were also there on her channel, like we found in Kavita's Kitchen also. Commerce, community, and culinary, if we talk about the monetization, if we talk about, they both have YouTube ads, cookware promotion, brand collaboration. This digital entrepreneurship helps to normalize and empower the visibility of Muslim women in domestic yet public sphere. By selling homemade masalas or linking to local spice brands, these channels from a microeconomy rooted cultural authenticity. For Hindu creators, the market often includes Ayurvedic products, puja essentials, regional cookbooks. In both the cases, culture becomes the commodified but also celebrated. If we talk about viewers' engagement, viewer comments reveals how audience perceive and engage with cultural content. Many viewers express their nostalgia, cultural pride, or even inter-community appreciation. Hindus thanking Shaheen for sharing Ramzan recipes. If we talk
Neelam,
about,
so sorry to disturb you. Please go to the conclusion.
okay. If we talk about the conclusion, I would like to precisely conclude that these digital kitchens are more than platforms for cooking. They are cultural archives. And if we talk about in very precise way, like both the channels becomes not just a culinary space, but a secular and enriched platform for plurality, where both channels robustly, not just promoting and preserving their own cultural ethics, but also contributing immensely in preserving and disseminating each other's culture and tradition. Can be said here, Indian identity is expressed through the universal language of food, bridging the religious divides through shared taste and traditions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Iram. With the permission of Rajeev sir and Neelima ma'am, I wish to move forward.
Yeah, we can, but just one suggestion, like you have taken only, like one, like YouTube channel, and you are talking about, like understanding cultural narratives, like on a plate. So this, like your sample size is, like very, very small, which can lead to, like potentially biased, like results. So it is better to take, like more more of like such kind of like channels, because I don't think there is no, I don't find any rational like only taking like one channel. So that's my observation. Neelima
I
ma'am?
completely agree with Rajiv ji, because I didn't know where you were going with this presentation, because the sample size is too small, and again, where is the origin of the YouTube channel, from which country? And the motivation for most YouTubers is to make money, and they would make content that would cater to the larger audience and the market. Was preserving the culture or cultural traditions. That was the main focus of starting this YouTube channel, or to showcase the very traditional foods. It's not the common foods that you mentioned, the traditional foods, and the very, very problematic issues are there in your. We don't have time to elaborate, but please rethink about your topic and revisit it. That is my suggestion. Anyway, it was a good presentation. You made us all very hungry. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Hina. Now moving forward to Shalini ma'am. I
Yes,
request Shalini Kumari to kindly present.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Please go on.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Shalini Kumari, a project assistant in DST funded SRI project and a PhD scholar at Department of Home Science at IIS deemed to be university. This research is funded by Department of Science and Technology under the supervision or principal investigator Dr. Ila Joshi ma'am and Dr. Gargi Saxena and Mani Ji Singh ma'am are co-PI. And my topic of presentation is impact of germination on functional composition, anti-nutritional factor, and functional properties of amaranth and development of value-added products. Millets are most nutritious crop and belong to Poaceae family and are climate resistant, offering significant health benefits. Amaranth is one of the minor millets, belong to the Amaranthaceae family and are categorized as pseudo cereals. India, amaranth are cultivated in India in Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Assam, Nagaland, Tripura.
Shalini, please skip the introduction. Go to the methodology and conclusion directly.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. These are the objectives of my study: to analyze the functional and anti-nutritional component of raw and processed grain millets, to evaluate the functional properties of the amaranth sample and with the highest nutritional value, and to develop value-added amaranth-based product and carry out the sensory evaluation. My whole research was divided into 5 phases. In first phase, procurement and processing of amaranth was done from the local market of Jaipur. After that, processing it was done, in which amaranth grain are soaked for 12 hours and germinated for 24, 36, and 48 hours. After that, estimation of nutritional and anti-nutritional content of amaranth was done, in which moisture, ash, fat, protein, iron, calcium were estimated, and then functional properties of amaranth flour was done. After doing this, we developed a product in which 4 products were developed, that is namkeen, cake, laddu, and chakli, with various proportion of amaranth grain with another cereals like wheat or besan. So after this, score was created by 9-point hedonic scale, and after this we done the data analysis and data report writing. In the results were the approximate results of raw and processed grain are as follow, in which moisture as well significantly decreases, fat decreases possibly due to the leaching or breakdown of lipid and utilization during the seed germination growth. Protein increases due to germination, as it increases the mobility and synthesis of protein as well as the breakdown of storage protein into amino acids. Fiber increases significantly due to the synthesis of new polysaccharides and increase in the cellular structure. If we talk to the mineral content, that is calcium and iron, that decrease due to utilization and mobilization during seed germination. And tannin significantly decreases. It indicates that indicates that increase the bioavailability of micronutrients. If we talk to functional properties are important to enhance the applicability in the food formulation. When we done the sensory evaluation of chakli firstly made with the variation of amaranth from 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%, in which 25% variation of amaranth along with the rice flour found to be most acceptable product. If we are talking about cake was made in a proportion of wheat flour 50% and amaranth flour 50%. This variation was come out to be the best accepted product, rather among various variations like which consist of 25%.
I'm very sorry to interrupt you again and again, but please come to the conclusion.
Okay, ma'am. These are my other two products, and concluding this study shows the controlled germination 24, 36, and 48 hours. Chemical analysis revealed that germination significantly enhanced protein from 16 to 17%, and crude fiber content from 4.37 to 4.68%, and significantly reduced carbohydrate content. It also reduces the calcium. It reduces calcium and iron and decreases the tannin content. 4 value-added products: chakli, cake, namkeen, laddu were developed. Sensory evaluation found substituted with 25% optimal sensory quality in chakli and cake, whereas 100% substitution was acceptable in namkeen. And these findings highlight the potential of germination as an effective natural method for improving the functional, nutritional, and functional quality of amaranth grain. And successfully developed bread functional foods can help in addressing challenges in food security and promoting good health. These are my references, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Shalini. Now, moving forward to our last participant, that is Sadaf Khan. I'm really sorry, Neelima ma'am and Rajeev sir. I have to take the participants very early. So
No, it's okay. It's perfectly okay. It's perfectly okay.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I would like to call Sadaf Khan. Sadaf
Hello,
Khan,
ma'am. I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Just give me time to share my screen.
Sadaf, if you are having trouble in presenting the PPT, you can
No,
go
ma'am. I'm
without-
trying, ma'am. Just give me a minute.
Yeah, we can see the PPT now.
All right, ma'am. Ma'am, PPT is visible. Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sadaf Khan from Galgotia University, presenting my research title, The Digitalized Translation of Afghan Literature, a Media Textual Analysis of the Kite Runner and its Cinematic Representation. This study examines how Afghan literature, particularly the Kite Runner, is transformed through cinematic adaptation. By applying adaptation theory, cinematic, semiotic, and media textual analysis, I explore how cultural memory and trauma are visually reinterpreted. This paper reflects on what is gained, altered, or lost during the transition from novel to film. Next is introduction and research background. This study explored the adaptation of The Kite Runner, a culturally rich Afghan novel, into a Hollywood film. The novel's internal monologue, emotionally texture, and culture context pose challenge for visual translation. The film, released in the post 9/11 climate, attempt to mediate Afghan narrative for global consumption. This research evaluates how cinematic tools replace literary ones and what these changes imply for authenticity and representation. By focusing on this adaptation, I aim to highlight the ideological and narrative shift that occur when literature from the global south is digitalized and presentation to the international audience. Okay. Next, theoretical framework. The study relies on three main theoretical tools. Adaptation theory provides insight into how narratives are reshaped across medium. Semiotic help decode making new films through cinema, angles, lighting, and framing. Media textual analysis explore how the film is situated within border culture and ideological symptoms. Together, these frameworks allow a comprehensive understanding of how the Kite Runner is restructured not just as a story, but as a cultural product. This foundation supports a critique of how Afghan identity is translated from global audience through cinematic language. Narrative restructure. Narrative restructure is key to this adaptation. The novel uses Amir's internal monologue to convey memory and guilt. The film, however, externalized the emotion using voiceovers, visual, and flashback. This shift affects how the audience process emotional depth. Scene that unfold gradually in the book may be compressed into a few cinematic moments. The reconstruction altered the emotional build-up, shaping different viewers' response. The study examined how structure transformation from one narrative impact and how these effect on the preserve or simplify the complex literary examines. Next, like character representation. The novel provides psychological depth through the narration. In film, this must be visual expressed. Amir guilt, Hassan innocence, and the Baba internal conflict and the portrait through the acting, body language, and visual symbolism. While the novel offer different types of the film translate into their cues, and the section of the research compares character portrait across both the medium to access what emotional and moral are related, and or you can say it's be lost. The representation of Afghan masculinity, loyalty, and class dynamic become especially critical in understanding how the film just review the cultural authenticity.
Sadaf, please go to the conclusion.
All right, ma'am. Actually, it's not working the PPT. Okay, the conclusion. So in conclusion, adaptation is not a neutral process. It transforms narrative, emotions, and identity. The film version of The Kite Runner just an Afghan literature through Western code. While it introduced the story to a broader audience, it also modified cultural nuisance. This research emphasized the role of media in shaping global understanding of the marginalized voices. By critically comparing the novel and film, we see how digitalized translation affect meaning, memory, and representation. This study contribute to adaptation studies, media theory, and translated story analysis. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sadaf. So, Sadaf was the last participant of the session. So with this, I would really like to thank everybody, all the panelists, all the attendees, all the paper presenters for presenting this nicely. Thank you so much, Neelima ma'am. Thank you so much, Rajeev sir, for your thought-provoking ideas, for your thought-provoking views. It was very inspiring for all paper presenters. And on the behalf of organizing committee as well, I really extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the presenters and to Neelima ma'am and to Rajeev sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, inviting us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Bala sir.
Can I just speak for 10 seconds?
Yeah, yes, of course.
I have just shared a message. We have a journal called Gyanavi. We have an ISSN number. It's a peer-reviewed journal. Please visit our website. We will be happy to publish your papers for the upcoming issue. I am the editor of the journal, so I will definitely help you in publishing your paper. Thank you so much. And many thanks to Banavat sir for having us here. But I know Banavat sir for the past 30-35 years. He's been a great inspiration and source of energy and guidance for all of us, all me and many of my friends. And thank you very much. Huge congratulations to all the participants for presenting their papers. Thank you, Rajeev ji. Great to meet you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Neelima madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Same here.
And congratulations to the wonderful team that Sanjeev Banawaji has put together to conduct this conference. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to congratulate, like the organizer, like the way you have like papers from Nigeria, from say, like Sri Lanka. So it was lovely to see, like those, like paper presenters here. So thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. So sorry that we could not give you much time to speak. We would love to hear from you, but we need to start the technical session 5. We need. So sorry, and thank you so much for
No,
joining us.
it's okay.
So
Perfectly.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Can
much.
I request everyone just to turn on their camera so that we can have a group photograph and then.
Thank you so much, all the lovely participants, our session chair, co-chair. Thank you so much. You guys made it really very, very, very successful. Hope to see you all in the next session.
Yeah, we are starting the next session, so all are requested to join the next link. Thank you so much. Thank you, Neelima ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajeev. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody.